Hello, Michigan SHRM and Michigan HR community. I am so excited to be talking with the one and only Robin Chapekis, who is going to be talking to us about some exciting things we have going on with Michigan SHRM and how we can shine the spotlight on deserving HR pros in our state.
Thanks, Tina. Yes, I am Robin Chapekis. Thank you. And I work with the MISHRM Conference Committee for HR Awards, help leading that process of nominating and selecting and announcing.
So tell us about, we have what, 4 award categories this year that we can nominate a deserving HR pros. So tell us about those categories and how we can nominate somebody that we feel should be celebrated.
Perfect. So we have sort of 2 sets of categories. The first is the professional set. So we have a Lifetime Achievement Award as well as an Emerging HR Professional Award. Everyone who's nominated needs to be a member of a SHRM chapter here in Michigan, so a local chapter. Lifetime, you need to have a certification. Emerging, you don't need to have a certification. We'd prefer it if you were like thinking about it. And there are some years of experience thresholds for those 2 awards that can be found on the website. The other 2 categories are our volunteer categories, and those are the Council Volunteer Leader of the Year. So that's the MISHRM Council, which includes President-elect, past president, resource partner, social media, workforce development, legislative, those roles at the state level. As well as Chapter Volunteer Leader of the Year. So that's any person who works with a local chapter. And again, anyone who's nominated needs to be a member of, for the volunteer, both SHRM and a local chapter. And there are some more details also about that on the page.
Fabulous. That sounds so amazing. There are so many deserving HR professionals, not just doing HR in their everyday lives, but making our HR and Michigan SHRM community better. So what better way to celebrate somebody volunteering at one of our 19 chapters or serving on our council with one of those awards. And then if you know a emerging HR professional or a lifetime achievement nominee, what is the process for submitting and when is that deadline?
Ooh, good question, because it's coming up. So the process is you're going to want to visit MISHRM.org, and then under resource, there's an HR awards page, and that page makes everything very, very clear. There's a list of all of the award categories, all of the eligibility criteria, and there's a submit a nomination button right on your right-hand side at the top of the page. And those nominations are due ASAP. The cutoff is actually this Friday, June 13th, around 5 p.m. So if you have been thinking about it and there's someone you have thought, oh, should I, shouldn't I? You should. ASAP.
And anybody can nominate. So I can be a leader, I could be a CEO, I could be an HR pro nominating another HR pro. That's the beauty, right? Anybody can nominate somebody.
Yes, yes. And even if your chapter is like, we as a chapter want to nominate someone, throw your chapter email into the top of the nomination form and put a contact for us there so that we know it's your full chapter that's nominating someone.
Fantastic. And so when are the award winners announced? What's that process look like?
So I'm glad that you asked that, Tina, because Tina Marie, sorry. The award winners are announced on October 17th. That's the Friday of the MISHRM conference. And we will have some live ratings at the conference. So if you are someone who, you know, is willing to take 5 minutes to read through some information about our nominees, that will give you an extra voice in the state for recognizing our outstanding HR professionals in the state, whether they're lifetime, emerging, or the volunteer categories. So the award ceremony is Friday, October 17th at the MISHRM conference.
So what you're saying is that when you get narrowed down the list of nominees, that we in the Michigan SHRM community actually get input on who wins?
Absolutely. Absolutely. all the categories. There's a committee that will take all the nominees in each category and rate them against some criteria down to the top 2 people for each category. And then we have a process where the volunteers in the state will then rate those top 2 in the volunteer categories. And then at conference, the other 2 categories, the professional categories, is open to anyone. Anyone who's a registered attendee of the MISHRM conference will have the opportunity to rate.
Wow, so this is a true reflection of the peers in our state to winning these awards, which I think is so amazing.
That's our hope. That's really our hope, yes, is to have as much data as possible, to be transparent, open, everything. Yeah.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for being the spearhead of this process at Michigan SHRM and overseeing our HR awards. And thank you for taking the time to share us this important information. So we have 4 categories. You have until 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Friday, June 13th to nominate a deserving HR pro, either in one of our volunteer categories or as an emerging or lifetime HR professional. And we cannot wait to be part of that process for all of those joining me and I don't know, 1,000 of our closest HR friends, old and new in Grand Rapids at Michigan SHRM 25, taking place October 15th through 17th. So we'll give you information at the end of this video so you know the website to go to get all the information, but I can't wait to celebrate all of our nominees and those who will be honored in October at Michigan SHRM.